5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Deducter bringing you set 3 of STX versus Woongjin Stars. In this game, we have Calm versus Free. Calm playing for STX as the red Zerg at the 6 o'clock position, and Free as the blue Protoss at the 12 o'clock position on the map alternative. These two players, both solid for their teams, but not exactly doing very well in recent times. So this is the battle of the former Pro League greats. Unless, they really show that they got some stuff in this match, which is what I'm looking forward to. I want to see what these two players have to bust out today, and here's hoping for an excellent match of StarCraft, because these two are capable of producing when they want to. Or maybe want is not a good word. I assume they always want to. It's more when they are on fire, when they have the spirit of the StarCraft gods, if you would. Call it what you will. There is a difference sort of between, you can tell when someone's got it, the spirit, the drive, the flair. Now, call it what you will. It's very important. Both players scouting, it seems. Rather, Free is scouting with his probe, and this is a two-player map alternative, so obviously both players will find each other immediately. Of course, Free wants to make sure nothing tricky is coming his way, so he is sending out his little probe scout, and he is going to find an overpool. So he knows what's going on. He's got to put down the forge and then a cannon, and he'll be fine. Well, he might stick around and see what exactly is coming out. There are Zerglings coming out after the pool is finished, which, if you go for overpool, surely that's what you want to do, and that drone is down to 14 HP. Here's hoping that Calm doesn't screw up and get his drone killed, because that would be pretty sad. And I am not sure what that picture is supposed to be. I did not see a STX, so is that Woongjin? But that doesn't look like anyone I know. Anyway, Forge going down. Looks like the expansion is going to go down soon for Calm, and Calm microing all his drones at once. That must have been a bit of a mismicro, actually. And he might lose this drone. It's down to 10 HP, not very much. Free, he might decide to go in there and finish it off. Looks like the expansion is going down. And that drone is dead! Excellent work by Free. That probe still has most of its shields. Very impressive work. He looks like he's putting down a cannon. Assuming that what's coming out now are Lings, which it is. So the cannon is, of course, a good move there. Or the necessary move, even. Then he's going to have no problem putting down his Nexus and then his Gateway. So nothing to worry about. Free taking a nice early lead. Calm, really, you can't lose drones rather to an early probe scout like that. That is just sloppiness, and there is never an excuse for that. So Calm not really on top of this game so far. Looks like he is going to put down his third base here at the 9 o'clock position. These two Zerglings are here to chase around this probe, but it's still doing some significant delay on the expansion for Calm. Now the probe is moving out finally, or rather driven off by these Zerglings. Probe is probably going to try to take another peek inside of Calm's base, but perhaps Free realizes that with 4 Zerglings out, it's going to be very difficult. Maybe he's going to patrol the probe around here for a little bit more, make sure there is no surprise Zergling, and maybe try to scout around and see the natural. So far, he's got excellent probe micro this game. Calm might finally be trying to use his Zerglings to sort of try to surround that probe, but I guess not. He's keeping most of his Zerglings near the entrance of his base. It doesn't look like he's gotten gas yet. Surely he wants to get gas soon. You can tell on the minimap by the fact that he has not put down an extractor at any of his bases. He's going 4 hatcheries before gas. That's interesting. So he's going ultra heavy econ. Now he's finally putting down his extractor. That is a sort of oddish play. We'll see how this works out on this map. I haven't really seen this type of build before. I assume, if you put down 4 hatcheries before extractor, you're sacrificing tech, obviously, for even more econ. One thing about this map is you can't get the usual 4 gases that Zerg love to get on pretty much any other map, and Free sending this Zealot to try to do some harass. It's not really going to accomplish much of anything. There's not even any drones there to kill. You might pick off 2 or 3 of these Zerglings. Cleverly, that Zealot is using a blockade there, but only picks off one Zergling. Kind of a waste of a Zealot. He was trying to micro as best he can, Free was, but just wasn't enough. And now we have these Zerglings coming out here, trying still to chase that probe down, but not having any luck. That probe has been epic this game. I would say that probe has been a Bisu-esque probe, and it's going to get in here and scout all of this, and that kid is playing on his iPhone or something, or BlackBerry, Game Boy, whatever. I can get this. Anyway, it looks like Free is going to get the complete scout with his probe. He's going to see that this build is all-in Hydraless build, it looks like. Maybe not necessarily all-in, but it is definitely a pre-layer Hydraless push, and Calm really just playing a terrible game. If you're going for something like this, you need to kill the scouting probe. Keep the Protoss in the dark. Now that Free sees this, he's got a Corsair out to start picking away at these overlords. I mean, if necessary, you can just plunk down a bunch of cannons. He'll be absolutely safe from any sort of attack. He's getting his Citadel already. And he's going to have the Corsair to scout to sort of see when exactly those Hydralisks are coming out. Free doing some micro of these Zealots at the front here, picking off a good number of Zerglings without losing a single Zealot thus far. Corsair killing an Overlord. A second Overlord coming in here to scout. He's going to see the Templar Archive. Finally, these Zerglings managed to finish off two of the Zealots, but one more survives. The lair now going down for Calm, and I just don't know what Calm has been doing this game. Absolutely bizarre play, I have to say. Baffling play. He's got the Hydralisk down. He didn't get layer very early. Now he's morphing home a bunch more drones. I mean, if his objective in this game is to confuse Free, I think he's accomplished it, because I'm confused. I don't know what he's trying to do. He has two Hydras at the front. He might be able to pick away at that forge and kill it, which would actually be a very economic use of force there. Using two Hydralisks to kill a forge. Very nice work, I have to say. A few more cannons going down, it looks like they're for Free. And Free is going to lose this forge, unfortunately for him. So at least these Hydralisks have not been a complete waste early on. Killing that forge is quite nice. I don't think Free has had time to get his +1 attack upgrade. So it's at the very least going to delay that upgrade for some time. So that's at least some good work by Calm. Well, Calm is the brain Zerg. If this is some sort of special build, then here's hoping that he proves me wrong today and absolutely crush Free. Free's already got a new forge in his main base, upgrading +1, so he sort of realized what was going down at the front and responded perfectly. So far, I think Free is playing an excellent game of StarCraft. And Calm remains. We'll see whether this is genius or insanity. You know, there's a fine line between genius and insanity, as they said. A thin line, rather. Fine line. Close enough. Same thing. I forget how exactly the saying goes. Regardless, insanity is often a good thing in StarCraft. Even you want to be borderline insane, so your opponent can't predict what you're doing. I guess in this case, Calm isn't really, even insane. He's just weird, and looks like these Corsairs, two of them getting picked off, but there was a reason why Free sacrifices Corsair. He's got the Dark Templar in here. He's going to marauder out at will. Hopefully one of those eggs is an Overlord. Unfortunately for Free, Dark Templar only got one kill, and in conjunction with the fact that he lost two Corsairs, not exactly worth it. Now, okay, Overlord coming out here now. Let's see whether Free has any more Corsairs that he's willing to sacrifice over there, but I suspect some more Overlords must surely be morphing. Not the most successful of attacks, but he is putting pressure on Calm, which is what's important now. Calm finally has his Spire up. Surely he's going to get a few Scourge to start hunting down these Corsairs. They're not at a critical mass yet. There's only 4, I think, maybe 5. You can definitely Scourge that. But if Free decides to continue building Corsairs, he gets 3 or 4 more Corsairs. That's going to be some dangerous Air Force there. A very dangerous air power. It looks like 5 Corsairs out, and Overlord speed is finished. So it looks like Free is not going to try to sacrifice his Overlords to pick off those. Sacrifice his Corsairs to pick off the Overlord. One of the Corsairs go down to Scourge. There's some more Scourge in position. We have 2 Lurkers out in front here for Free. Cleverly, the Zealot only hit once. Oh, interesting. One Zealot hit plus 1 Storm is not quite enough to kill a Lurker. I did not know that. I would have imagined... I mean, if that Zealot had plus 1 upgrade, I think the Lurker would have died. That's very interesting. I thought the Storm left the Lurker at like 5 HP or something, but apparently a bit more than that. Dark Templar still roaming about, killing